Nowadays we hear a lot about investments, forex, crypto. If you have internet, it's impossible you've never heard these words. But there's a lot to know in the investment world and a lot of financial instruments. So today I'm going to share with you a beginner's guide to the investments world and simplify some words we hear online about investments. Leave a like and follow me. Every Thursday you'll have a new video and every day you will have amazing content on my Instagram. You will have the link in the description. Well, we should start with some types of investments you have available today. Let's start with stocks. Stocks are basically a part of a company. Companies sell stocks to raise money and investors buy them in order to make profits with capital gains, dividends, etc. Then you have bonds. When you're buying a bond, you're basically lending money to an entity. Like any loan, the issuer could go default. Bonds are a fixed income investment and you will receive money typically once or twice a year. Then we have mutual funds. Mutual funds are basically a bag with a lot of investments for people that basically don't want to choose a single one. But of course you will have to pay an annual fee called expense ratio to invest in it. Well, if you hold S&P 500, you're holding a little bit of all the companies in that index fund. Index funds has less costs than mutual funds. The big difference is that index funds are basically a bag of stocks and mutual funds have a lot of investments in it. I prefer index funds, to be honest. You could also invest in options. An option is basically a contract to buy or sell a stock at a set price and date. Most option contracts are for 100 shares a stock. If you're right and the price goes up, you'll have some profits for less than the going rate. If it goes wrong, you're only out for the cost of the contract itself. And of course, ETFs or exchange traded funds. They're similar to index funds, but you can trade them throughout the day. Index funds are priced once at the end of each trading day. Basically, if you want more control over the price, you might prefer an ETF. And of course, these aren't the only investments you can make. You have crypto. By the way, I made a video about it if you want to check it out. Okay, these are your options, but where do you start? Which ones you choose? How much you need to start? Well, these are all natural questions and I'm going to share the answers with you. Well, where should you start? Firstly, I think you should get out of debt. Pay off all your debt except your mortgage to have some money to invest. I think you should also get an emergency fund that covers your expenses for like 6 to 12 months. Then you should get financial education. Let me give you a few books to start. The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, Snowball Effect by Warren Buffett, One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch, and Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. If you read and fully understand these books, you can manage your money, invest it and make some profits, that's for sure. And after this, which ones you choose? Well, firstly I have to give you a reminder. Investing should be a part of your life, so you have to be comfortable with your investments, which lead us into what type of investor are you? Well, it all comes down to your risk tolerance. With that said, there are three types of investors. The risk averse. This type of person just hates to lose. They avoid risk even if they make a small victory. Then you have the risk neutral. It doesn't really matter losing a little if the profits are worth it. Then you have the risk lover. This kind of person loves to gamble and take chances. They have high risk tolerance. Well, after knowing that and doing what I said before, you need to find the best broker for you. I'm going to give you some examples, but please do your own research. eToro, XTB, City Index, IG, etc. You have a lot of brokers nowadays. You can start with a low budget and still make a lot of money. There are individual stocks and index funds really cheap, but you have to know what you're buying. If you use Kraken, for example, you can buy like $5 of Bitcoin, for example. Well, and if you want to be successful investing or doing whatever it is, never stop learning. Read books, buy courses and learn from your own experience. That's the best thing you can do. And be aware of scams out there. Nowadays there are a lot of scammers online. Please be careful. And for now I finish my video here. I really hope you enjoyed it. This was Successology here. You'll never be average again. Peace.